Richician!
Hey YouTube, Dark Richician 84 here. So yeah, apart from that quick pack opening video I did the other day, it's been a while since I've done a new video, so nothing pre-recorded. So yeah, it's been a month now since my dad died, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm still not okay. Not completely anyway. It could take a while before I'm completely okay again. So yeah, naturally, as you can guess, I just needed some time away to just be me, Richie, rather than the Dark Richician. Yeah, just needed some space, really. Considering that, yeah, this and so many shitty things have happened to me over the course of the last 12 years. I mean, I'm not perfect, I have my flaws, but I have done nothing to deserve every shitty thing that's happened since 2014, ranging from being dumped twice for no reason. I mean, I am over it, obviously, but, I'm just saying, falling out with friends who just ended up being massive dicks, having an emotional breakdown at work, giving up learning to drive after one bad lesson too many, quitting tournaments, relentless tech issues, plentyoffish.com bullshit, the copper bullshit that led me to deleting my channel for no reason, the COVID pandemic, playing the worst endurance ever, something awkward happening where I thought I upset a friend, people taking things I say completely the wrong way and just making out like I'm being a terrible person, just this stuff getting on top of me and getting me so stressed that I needed a week off work, people on YouTube being dicks for various reasons, like starting insane arguments, giving me shit for hating certain cards and decks, giving me shit for not banning Rainbow Neos in Richician format, that stuff. Oh yeah, and being judgmental twats, and that stuff. Getting COVID, like round about the time of my birthday in 2022, the train strikes, people being annoying by trying to get me to do something that I don't want to do, just starting arguments with me over cards and decks that I hate, quitting current format Yu-Gi-Oh!, just people giving me shit for no reason, just having digs for no reason, most of my decks getting hate, and worst of all, 4 deaths in the family. Amy the cat, my granddad, one of my uncles, and of course my dad. So yeah, I have suffered a lot, and I feel broken from it all. It's just made me more bitter, less trusting of people. I just feel worn down, burnt out, and I've had enough of this grief. yeah, yeah, I've just suffered too much. And yeah, 2026 in particular is just a lost cause. I mean, I don't know if anything's going to get better. I mean, it just feels like the year of death, basically. Because we've also lost a few celebrities as well. I mean, I don't know if I should mention this, but one of Emma's great uncles even passed away lately. And of course, Simo. Yes, I did hear all about that. So someone did ask me about that. And yeah, I already did make a post about that the other day. It's just like, can we move on to 2027? 2026 is a lost cause. With this being said, though, I'm going to try and come back to this, especially considering that it's Justice June, and it's a big one this year, celebrating 20 years since I first started playing Heroes. So naturally, the next series of the Hero Grand Championship is coming up later on this month. I don't know if I'll do anything else, considering there's not much worth celebrating, let's be honest. But yeah, there is that. And also, the next series of the Epic Elite will begin next month, or at least that's the plan, considering I'll be going on holiday in July. So naturally there's not going to be a lot of new content I'll be making, so that should keep you entertained, along with the finale of the Favourite versus Hated deck war. As for my Q&A, I'm not going to get back to it just yet. I mean, I was thinking about it, but because of my upcoming holiday, there's going to be like a couple of weeks where I'm not going to be able to do an episode anyway, so I'm going to get back to my Q&A series in the second half of July. You can still submit questions for it. I mean, I know there's a few questions there already, but they'll just have to wait a bit longer to be answered. So yeah, like I said, feel free to submit questions in the comments section of the latest episode. I believe it's 228, but you'll have to wait till July for the return of my Q&A. And of course I'll get back to reacting to Gamer Central's Resident Evil Requiem gameplay videos. I think he's done 2 episodes since I started my break, not sure. So yeah, I think that's it. There are a couple of things I'm going to be giving up on, though. Starting with the mixed ban list / Try Not to Laugh challenge tournament that me and Dark Magic Couple have been doing. So yeah, sorry if you have been watching it and enjoying it, but I'm going to be honest, I've been getting frustrated with it, and I'm just not having a good time with it, and it's kind of hard to be funny when I'm getting frustrated. But yeah, I've been put in too many situations where it's like I either can't play, or I've been robbed of victory, or I just outright bricked, and yeah, it's just really disheartening and discouraging and saddening when like my favourite decks just don't go all the way and win, and just don't get through, like not even past the first round. Um, and I feel like I've been having the same problems as before that were making me want to quit past format. It's like I set literally any trap, Mirror Force, Sakuratsu Armor, whatever. It gets destroyed by Breaker, MST, Heavy Storm and Dust Tornado, which I swear happens every single time. Either that or Jinzo just randomly comes out of nowhere and just shuts them down and makes it hard to fight back. Whereas in turn, I hardly ever see my back row removal when I need it, and then I keep running into Mirror Force, Sakuratsu Armor, Magic Cylinder, or even Widespread Ruin. Yeah, it's like no matter what I do to try and play around this, it just seems to keep happening. Well, I know this does happen in casual pass format games, but at least in casual gameplay, it doesn't matter. It's not really a big deal. Whereas in a tournament setting, there's obviously more on the line. The frustration is just worse. In the case of this tournament, I've only got 2 decks left, both my Edison decks, whereas Dark Magic Couple still has loads, so I'm just at a huge disadvantage. So I'm probably not going to win the whole thing, and even if I do, it would be with one of his decks, and then it'd be like, did I really win though? This has just been happening too much in these mini tournaments, which is why I just don't want to do any cross-ban list games anymore, like casual or competitive. It just feels too mismatched. It sounds like a fun idea on paper, but then you'd get 2 decks from 2 different formats, and it's just a case of one having too much advantage over another one, and then it's just not a fair matchup. In fact, not only do I not want to do that anymore, I just don't want to play in these kinds of tournaments at all anymore. No low calls, none of these mini ones, nothing. In terms of tournament content, the Dark Magician's Deck Grand Championship and its spin-offs is just all you're going to get out of me. The Grand Championship is just more for the entertainment factor than anything else, even if it's just for my personal enjoyment, but otherwise, I just don't want to play any tournaments of any kind anymore. It's just too frustrating, and it just brings out the worst in me. So, yeah, I'm sorry to those who wanted to have, like, September 2007 tournaments, so Pegasus Challenge ones, but, yeah, I just don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, for the sake of my sanity, I guess. Hey. Yeah, which brings me to the other thing I've been umming and ahhing about giving up on, and that's Genesis format, because it just feels too similar to the normal current format. It's supposed to be a slower and more chilled format, yet based on matchups I've had, it's just no different. Not all the matchups, of course, but most of them. There's just too many degenerate cards and decks being played that just don't let me play, and that's what's putting me off. So now it's at a point where I don't really want to do it anymore. Which is typical, because the only reason I started playing Master Duel was to build decks that can be played under Genesis. Of course, with this being said, I'm currently in two minds about whether or not to actually give it up. Because like I've been saying, it's basically Genesis, was a good sort of in-between zone. Something that can satisfy those who don't want to play the normal current format and those that don't want to play Rhetorician format. It was more for the appeal. So now I don't know, along with the fact that a points list did actually drop like earlier today, or at least at the time of recording. And there seemed to be like quite a few significant hits. It's just annoying that White Forest didn't get hit. I really don't like White Forest now, but I'll get some more on that in a minute. I just feel conflicted regarding Genesis. Of course, if I do quit it, that means there'll be no point going to a locals to play it. At the Grumpy Goblin, there was supposed to be another Genesis tournament last month, but that didn't happen. And it's like, if they're not going to happen anymore there, then, well, there's just no point in me going, especially considering I don't want to play current format. But then again, like I said, I'm conflicted. I still just don't know what to do regarding Genesis. Several days ago I did put my Blackwing and Rose Dragon decks away in a binder after feeling put off from playing it. And that's for the Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon deck I was working on. Dark Magic Couple did wonder what I was going to do with it and whether or not I'd play it as a Rhetorician format deck. But I'm just not sure I will, to be honest. Because, well, I've got enough Rhetorician format decks as it is, and playing a Chaos Max deck under that format would require me to get extra cards, and it's just like, I really can't be asked. I also don't know if the Blackwing and the Rose Dragon decks will be made for Magician format. Yeah, again, I just don't know what to do. And speaking of Master Duel, that's been infuriating. I mean, trying to grind for gems and crafting points has been annoying. Now, I did manage to put some decks together that I can play, but not all of them are the way I want them. It's just been too difficult getting gems and ultra rare and super rare crafting points. And the fact that you have to play through ranked duels to get there is just infuriating. Because there's just too many degenerate decks being played, just too much bullshit that just doesn't let you play the game, and I'm just being exposed to current format again when I specifically didn't want to play that way anymore. And I shouldn't have to do that. It's just to get gems and crafting points. There's not enough ways to get them. And it's just not fair on those of us casual players that just want to play some fun decks to play with their friends. And how are we supposed to do that if we keep being force-fed bullshit matchups of decks that don't let you play the game? Right, I know the ranked duels are competitive duels, and everyone there wants to get the highest rank. I get that, but I, for one, just don't care about ranking up and getting the highest rank. I just want gems and crafting points. That's all I care about. I just want to get those so I can finish the decks I want to finish, and have games using those decks with my friends and never play the ranked duels ever again, or even any of the other side events. I mean, they've ended up with bullshit decks as well. Like, take the Dice Rally. I mean, I love how Max C and Solemn Strike are banned, but Negates and Floodgates and OTK enablers are. Like, I question the logic there. Same with the brief anti-meta thing. I thought it was bullshit that Dark Magician himself, plus a few of his support cards and some of the Elemental Hero cards, which, by the way, are among my most favourite cards, weren't allowed, and I couldn't play them. It's like, why is it that these cards aren't allowed, but true Draco and generic Burn cards are? Again, that makes no fucking sense. It's just, these decks in particular just make what's supposed to be a fun side event just toxic as fuck. Again, it's just annoying, and it's not fair on those of us just trying to get gems and crafting points, like I said. And also, why the fuck are the following cards allowed in Master Duel? Baron de Fleur, Borreload Savage Dragon, Red Reboot, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Verte Anaconda, Metamorphosis, Fairy Tale Snow, and Max C. I don't get it. Like, almost all of these are banned in the TCG, so why are they allowed in Master Duel? Just why? Right, Red Reboot I can understand, because the Odeon deck is a thing, but I just don't get the logic. Plus, the latest Master Duel ban list is bullshit. Like, I mean, Brawl Duel unbanned, Rap Hero free, along with something else that I can't remember, and nothing gets hit. It's a joke. An absolute fucking joke. And that's just maybe a couple of complaints I have about Master Duel. Too many bullshit decks and cards, and not enough ways to get gems and crafting points. Not to mention, it is buggy and glitchy as fuck. There have been too many times where I've got an error message telling me to reboot the console, along with another error message that says cannot connect to the server. Yeah. And this happens pretty much every time I choose to go first. It doesn't happen all the time. There've been maybe a couple of times where I've gone first and the game started without a hitch, but every other time I get to choose to go first, then I get booted out and it says cannot connect to server, and yet whenever the opponent gets to choose, the game starts with no problems. Yeah, that seems too convenient. Like, I'm literally getting scammed out of being able to choose. And not only that, there have been glitches that have just screwed me out of comebacks and wins, like the Sword Soul thing that I showed in a replay. Two things happened. I had Timaeus, the United Magical Dragon, out, and it was the opponent's turn, and its effect to pop a back row wasn't proccing for some reason. But that wasn't as annoying as what happened afterwards. See, I had a Battle Fader in hand, Sword Soul Chengin came back, and it attacked for game, and the game didn't let me drop Battle Fader. And as far as I could tell, there was nothing preventing me from activating it. So I don't understand what happened. A similar thing happened afterwards. I had a Spirit of Neos in hand, and I got attacked for game, and again, the game didn't let me use it. And again, there was nothing preventing me. And it can't be the settings. I have been asked, maybe the settings are off, but the settings were fine, from what I could tell. Oh, and here was another one. Like, I had an Infinite Impermanence face down, which I'd set on my previous turn, and it was in the same column as a face down Blazing Mirror Force. So I went to attack with one of my monsters. The Blazing Mirror Force activates, but for some reason the game wasn't letting me activate it again. And yes, there was an effect monster on the field, and it did not have any targeting immunity or any effects that prevented it from being affected by anything. And yet, again, the game didn't let me activate it. And then I lost because of it. I literally got cheated out of a comeback. And then there's the time limit thing, where there was this bullshit situation or two where the time was running out and it was the opponent's turn, and then time ran out and somehow I lost. How does that even work? That's just not fair. I mean, if it was my turn, then yeah, alright, fair enough, but I shouldn't lose because of time if it's the opponent's turn. How does that make sense? Make it make sense. The game's just glitchy as fuck. But yeah, I feel like because of the whole era where I'm getting scammed out of going first, and the fact that I never seem to pull anything I want from packs, or just yeah, it's like the game is just rigged against me. So, Master Duel people, fucking fix it. I mean, well, there is also a possibility it might be a problem with my internet, but there shouldn't be, because, well, apart from in this room where I need a booster, the internet works fine in our place. Of course, the other possibility is maybe I've just got a hold of a version of Master Duel that's just bugged. I don't know, but it shouldn't be glitchy and buggy. I mean, you'd think this would be fixed by now. I mean, I am tempted to just uninstall it and reinstall it, but I'm worried that if I do that, then I might lose everything on there, lose all my decks and gems, especially considering that I did spend some real money getting gems. If I lose everything, then it will have been a waste of money. Fucking infuriating. And speaking of ban lists, well, a TCG ban list did of course drop like a few days after I decided to take a break. I mean, I do love what's been banned, including the Churio Rose Whip, which funnily enough I was actually going to ban in Magician format, but now I don't need to because Konami did it for me. And as for CXC's Gimmick Puppet Fanatics, Machinix, well, based on what I've seen in a replay afterwards, that doesn't seem to make any difference. It's still, Gimmick Puppets are still able to OTK or FTK. So yeah, the hits it had just didn't seem to do anything. But I like that K9 Nori got banned, because yeah, I don't like K9s now either. Yeah, speaking of, yeah, there's now like a whole bunch of other decks that I really fucking hate and just don't like playing against now, based on my Master Duel experiences. Well, mainly anyway. Exosisters, Ghoultoon, K9 Vanquish Soul, Mikanko, Odeon, White Forest, Regenesis, although that was more from the tournament, Radiant Typhoon, Heckerhands, Voiceless Voice, Revelbot, Fiendsmith, and Enercraft. Seriously, fuck Enercraft. It's literally just a stally burn deck that does nothing but burn and negate anything you try to do. It's already bad enough that there's this FTK involving, what was it, a Gap the Divine Soldier? I don't know, but anyway, I fucking hate all of these decks now. All of them do too many things that just don't let you play the game. Yeah, whether it OTKs, just completely locks your deck down, or is like Plunder Patrol, where it's just too disruptive. Like, there's just so many disruptions to the point where you basically can't play. It's just not fun at all. Like, fuck all of these decks. Seriously. Plus, I've encountered other annoying decks that I hate and don't like playing against. Storly Burn decks, Sword Soul, Gashtira. Basically, if I end up encountering any of these, I just end up quitting right away. Because I'm not willing to sit there while the opponent does a million things and takes forever to do it, and then just does something to either negate my deck or just game me in one turn. It's just an annoying, pointless waste of time. It's like, I just want to play the game, as well as get gems and crafting points. But this shit is just making it too difficult, and I don't have a lot to try and stop them. People have said, "Oh, I can stop them with, Ash Blossom, Draw, Call by the Grave, Triple Tactics Talents, and make them rage quit." Plus Kaijus. Well, the problem is, I don't have any of that stuff. Well, I have some Kaijus, but as for the others, I don't have them because I can't fucking get them. They're just too difficult to get. Not that I would have played Ash and Drawl anyway, because you know how I feel about those cards, but even if I did want to play them, I can't fucking get them. Plus I'm trying to save points for cards that I actually need. And even if I did have these out, it's again a case of, just because I have them doesn't mean I'm always going to see them, no matter how many I have. At this point, it's like, I'm just not wanting to play the ranked duels anymore. I'm just going to log in, get the gems for logging in, because of, what was it, a WCQ qualifier stuff, where you get gems for logging in, and then just over time, I'll just save up so I can buy a few packs and try and get what I need in like several goes, but even then there's no guarantee I'll pull lots of supers and ultras. Going back to my complaint that there's not enough ways to get gems and ultra and super rare crafting points. But anyway, back to this ban list. It's kind of typical that Copsy Yummy and Copsy Yummy Way got limited, considering we still haven't finished Emma's Yummy deck. But I get it. Not a lot of these I care about. Premature Burial coming back is interesting. I did wonder if we would get it back eventually. But I have a question for Konami. Why the fuck would you unban Fairy Tail Snow and Metamorphosis? Why? With Snow, it's like, did you learn nothing from the last time you unbanned it? What were you thinking? She's so fucking annoying and toxic and disruptive as fuck. You either shouldn't have made it in the first place, or you could have at least errated it and made it so that both effects are a hard once per turn. Then she wouldn't be so bad. I mean, I know banishing 7 cards from the field and grave might sound like a steep cost, but it's really nothing to give up, really. And as for Metamorphosis, this is just dumb as fuck, because now players are using it to change level 8 monsters into Dragoon and level 10s into Naturia Exterio. were they thinking? Like, they could have at least banned Dragoon and Naturia Exterior, or just not bothered unbanning Metamorphosis at all. You know, this is one of the dumbest changes ever. And, well, the semi-limits, I mean, it's Dracotail stuff, but I don't care about Dracotail. Not really. I mean, that's basically everything I wanted to talk about. Oh, I forgot to mention about the pass format stuff. Just to clarify about that, I am not quitting playing pass format duels, okay? I want to make that absolutely clear. I will still happily play pass format games casually, but just not in a tournament setting anymore. But yeah, anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I don't know if this comeback will begin right away, but maybe later on in the week it will. Anyway, that's all I got. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to say, which I should have said at the start of the video, so sorry about that, but thank you very much for your condolences regarding the loss of my dad. It means a lot. It really does. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe. See you later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Magician YouTube channel.